Welcome to the news in brief. In the headlines, Police and Standards Authority raid illegal plastic rubber bag factories. Customs detain container suspected to be holding firearms at Tema Port. And finally, woman kills husband with grinding stone. In our very first story, officials of customs at the Tema Port have detained a container suspected to be carrying firearms. Meanwhile, the officials have debunked suggestions in an audio recording making rounds on social media that unauthorized armed persons provided security for the container to aid the importers to take it out of the port under the cover of darkness. Graphic Online gathers that this is because a description of the consignment, which came with a declaration permit, labeled it as hunting shotguns. However, the consignment, which was in the name of Sadetech Limited as declarant, also had customs classification valuation report covering a wide variety of firearms. This therefore prompted customs officers to undertake a physical re-examination of the container on Friday.
The custom image analysts attached to the scan took a second look at the consignment on the container and stopped the consignment for further investigations. Since the permit attached to the consignment was to take delivery of hunting guns only, and therefore CRO Scanco was alerted for the necessary action. 75418 was scanned and analyzed by one Michael Aziawa of GSLs or Scanco and audited by Alex Kese, also of GSL, as normal underlined.
A team from the Ghana Standards Authority and the Ghana Police Service yesterday raided two residential facilities at Sakaman, near Dansoman in Accra, that had been converted into a manufacturing site for the production and distribution of plastic rubber bags. The factories, Zen Huanfeng Limited and LWW Waste Plastic Recycling Company Limited, which have been in operation for 5 years according to the Ghana Standards Authority, was operating illegally without the required certifications. As a result, the team locked up the facilities and asked the workers, including both Chinese and Ghanaian nationals, to vacate the premises. The operation was led and supervised by the Business Development Manager of the Ghana Standards Authority, Mr. George Anti. Speaking to Graphic Online, Mr. Anti said Ghana Standards Authority has since the beginning of the year relied on information from its representatives in all the 216 districts in the country to identify illegal manufacturers who are flouting the country's laws on standards.
You work here?
Yeah.
What do you do here? What do you do here? Packaging.
Network Broadcasting Company Limited, the operators of Accra-based Radio Gold, says the shutdown of the station by the National Communications Authority was regrettable. In a statement issued by its Chief Executive Officer James Ejedim Boateng, the station said the National Communications Authority could have given the station a prior notice since its legal team had been engaging officials of National Communications Authority for the purposes of frequency authorization. On its part, the management of Radio XYZ has also written to the National Communications Authority on what they say is an inadvertent legal and administrative procedural breaches in closing down the station. The management is hoping that the National Communications Authority will rectify the breach to enable the station to continue to broadcast. Meanwhile, the Ghana Journalists Association has appealed to the National Communications Authority to reconsider its decision on the two stations. According to the GJA, although it does not support the idea of any station operating without valid authorization, it does not also support the manner in which the two stations were shut down. In our very last story, a 52-year-old man, Michael Ope Lamte, has allegedly been killed by his wife, Rebecca Lamte, a psychiatric patient, by crashing his head several times with a grinding stone. The deceased was reportedly attacked by his wife while sleeping. Reports say he bled profusely before his passing. The incident occurred on Thursday at Abuabo, a community near Koforidua in the Eastern Region. The Police Public Relations Officer of the Eastern Region, DSP Ebenezer Tete, says the police found the deceased in a pool of blood with severe fracture in the head and face completely deformed. For more news, log on to graphic.com.gh.